Alright guys, I am back with my weekly manga review video for Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. Some really great chapters this week. I thought all three mangas just did a kick-ass job with these chapters. Naruto chapter 613, Mind. In this chapter, the Jubi reaches its perfect form. So all the ninjas are trying to attack Madara and Obito, and the Jubi transforms. It has an ear over here, an eye, a mouth, and it looks really creepy. It has all these giant hands for tails. So I really like this design much better than the original. And it's just demolishing the Shinobi Alliance. It starts shooting out these really powerful Bijudamas that are just destroying towns miles away. And Shikaku comes up with a plan to stop this thing. But they sense one of the Bijudamas flying towards him, and he realizes he's only got a little bit of time to tell the rest of the ninjas before he dies. So it's kind of like a last mission, and it's implied that he does die. So Shikamaru's upset about this. We see, I can't remember who it was, one of the other ninjas is crying. So it's implied that he dies, but I don't think he's dead. I'm sure he found some way to come back. I'm sure we'll find out he lived somehow, so I wouldn't be surprised if Shikaku does come back, but yeah, in this chapter it's implied that he did die. But I thought this chapter had a lot of good action here, and of course the supposed death of a pretty big character. I mean, he was leading the communications headquarters, so we'll see what Kishimoto wants to do with this, but I did enjoy this week's chapter of Naruto. So on to Bleach, chapter 520, Killer's Not Dead. In this chapter we learn a lot of different things. Kyoraku is now the captain commander. He's been appointed to take over the 13 divisions. We see Ichigo, who is now healed by the hot spring. And they're about to send him off to another member of the Zero Division's city. They all have their own cities in Soul Palace, and they're going to send him to the next one. And before they do, Renji pops up out of the water. And he's been healed as well, so he travels with Ichigo and they send him off to the next place. And then back in Soul Society, Kyoraku says his first duty as Captain Commander is to teach Zaraki Kenpachi the art of killing. So his teacher is going to be Unohana, the first Kenpachi. So this explains why the captains always said Unohana's very scary, she's so powerful. This is why. She was the first Kenpachi. And now that she's going to be training Zaraki, I guess he's going to learn Bankai finally. And just become an unstoppable force. I mean, during the Quincy invasion, he was one of their strongest captains because he didn't have a Bankai they could steal, and he still killed 3 other guys. And attacked the leader. So now, with them training Zaraki, I can only imagine what Kubo is going to do with his character, but this was pretty awesome. The only thing I didn't like about this chapter was after Ichigo and Renji leave, Tanjiro's talking about how strong Ichigo is. Like, we really need to be told how strong Ichigo is at this point in the story. It's just ridiculous. And he's talking about how strong he is and how he understands why the Soul King wants to meet him now, and I didn't care for that. On to One Piece, chapter 692, Killer from Dressrosa. I really like this chapter. We got to find out 2 new devil fruits. So it starts off, no cover story again. I guess as long as they're promoting this movie, they're going to be doing cover pages, or color pages for One Piece. So it starts off with Luffy destroying Caesar with a Grizzly Magnum. I thought it was just going to be a regular Gum Gum Bazooka, but it's a Grizzly Magnum. So he sends Caesar flying with this. And what the hell did I write here? God, I always... Okay, so we see the pirates all over the New World watching the monitors. They're following the experiment. And they see this happen to Caesar and they're all shocked. So this is going to be huge news all over the New World now. Usopp defeats the rest of Caesar's men. He takes control of the communications room, and he starts to tell the others, Chopper, which way to go to avoid the poisonous gas. Brooks shows up. He's got Kinemon, who's been frozen by the gas. I'm sure they'll bring him back somehow. And Nami's group catches up to Luffy along with Law and Smoker. And Law asks Luffy, "Where's Caesar?" And Luffy says, "I sent him flying. I didn't feel like capturing him anymore." So Law gets pissed off that Luffy didn't follow the plan, and he goes to find Caesar's body. So then we see, sometime earlier, Baby 5 riding on Buffalo. And they're heading towards Punk Hazard. And we find out that she ate the weapon fruit, which I guess allows her to pull weapons out of her body. And Buffalo ate the rotating fruit. So he can rotate any part of his body, and that's how they travel, I guess, is just riding Buffalo. His head's like a giant propeller. He's got propellers on his legs. So I thought that was pretty unique. I like that. And they show up to Punk Hazard. Baby 5 has to accept every proposal she's given. If someone proposes to her, she immediately accepts it. Buffalo likes to gamble. These are just some of the personality traits Oda put in here. And they get to Punk Hazard, and he uses his rotating man powers to blow away some of the poisonous gas, and they see a tanker. So they look down, and they see Caesar's body. And they call Don Quixote, and they tell him what's going on, and he says, "Get his body, bring it back to Dressrosa. He can still make SAD." So he's actually happy about this. But there's also someone down there on the tanker, and it's Frankie. General Frankie. He's wearing his giant suit of armor, and I completely forgot about Frankie. I can't believe I did that, but yeah, this really surprised me to see him out there. So I guess he was immune to the gas because of his suit. But now what's going to happen to Frankie? I mean, you know Buffalo and Baby 5 are going to be really strong. And he's right here just to show how strong they are. So something's going to happen with these three. And of course Law is on his way to find Caesar's body, so something's going to happen with him. And I think this is just a way to show us how strong Baby 5 and Buffalo are. And they're not going to try and kill Law or Frankie. I think they're just going to mess them up and then take Caesar and leave to go back to Dressrosa. That's what I think is going to happen, but who knows. The best thing about this chapter was it didn't say One Piece is on break next week. That would have really sucked. So yeah, 3 great chapters this week. Some really good stuff here. Can't wait to see what they do with this, if Shikaku really is dead, Zaraki Kenpachi's training, and of course Buffalo and Baby 5 and what they do with their powers. So yeah, that was this week's manga chapters. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this week's chapters in the comments, and thanks for watching.